I would like to take this opportunity to ask Honorable Congressman to say a few words.
Thank you, Ahmad, and what a great opportunity to join with a public-private partnership here with our lending and banking institutions, and certainly with my colleagues in government, elected and appointed at all levels, that are partners in providing for housing opportunities, and certainly to the city leadership, to the mayor and city council and all the appointed leaders. Thank you for having such a great bit of vision that brings home the need for housing and the strength that it percolates into the economy and into the quality of life. And to you, Rich, and to you, Ahmad, and Joanne, thank you for that leadership in making certain that housing advocacy is indeed heard and that the implementation of housing opportunities is done in such an expertly professional manner, because it does impact on the quality of health for individuals, as we know. It impacts upon the opportunities for education, as Dr. Spring well knows, and it certainly impacts upon the economic opportunities, work opportunities for individuals. So housing has a way of reaching across so many different disciplines that are policy related and are dynamics that challenge us in this given moment of time. I love this luncheon because it sparks a bit of nostalgia. There's a bit of sadness to acknowledge that in April of 1968, just a week after the assassination of a great civil rights leader in Dr. Martin Luther King, we saw and witnessed the signature onto the bill for fair housing opportunity, that Title VIII opportunity within the overall package of civil rights. What an aspirational time in our government. What a time for us to think of a greater, stronger building of America, where everyone participated and had dreams and vision. That is a golden moment that should still speak to us, still challenge us, inspire us, and certainly inform us that as we go forward, we need to be those compassionate souls, all of us who are carving policy and putting budgets together at whatever level. And so this whole celebration of fair housing is a golden recognition of America at her best. We look at the discrimination that perhaps began with racial and religious discrimination and now has, through a series of amendments, extended itself further to make certain that it does include that race and color and religion and national origin and sex and familial status and disability and sexual orientation are all spoken to when it comes to stamping out discrimination, especially through the access of housing. It's a basic human right to have access to housing. And so as a nation, we should be proud of the efforts that have been made. But then I'm challenged by statistics today that indicate some 4 million violations on average per year against fair housing laws are occurring. So these laws are wonderful. They're inscripted upon our annals of history, but until implemented to the fullest degree, our work is yet undone. And when we have to acknowledge a leadership in this country cutting HUD by $9.6 billion in their budget, totally, grossly offensive, you have my pledge to fight, to restore those cuts and go beyond what status quo would indicate, because it's speaking to the quality of life of people that we address. It seems, the applause tells me we're in this together. And it seems to me that that aspirational quality of the 60s, which drew me to politics, drew me to be an engineer when we were fighting to be the first nation to land our flag on the moon, that aspirational aspect needs to come back. And when we see the deep wounds that come with cuts, when we see the intolerance in this profession of hate coming from people who want to lead, it's unacceptable. So let us, in a joyful moment, acknowledge that we remain optimistic and content to know that our history will acknowledge us as we move forward and build better and more aspirational goals as we go into the future. Joanne, if I could please represent the 20th Congressional District acknowledging the 51st anniversary of the Fair Housing